Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Australian report for the 25th of May, and starting with the ASX here. This is just a different way to count this particular structure here, as well as a corrective pattern as an A wave, a B wave, a C, D and E wave here. What I also need to be mindful of as well, because we've got a count on the US markets that is also bearish as well. It's just an option really that that it can be bearish. So I'm just going to bring that across here for a moment. So in this case here with the S&P 500, we've got wave 3 here with an A wave here, an A and a B and a C wave here, which just needs to finish off here a little bit. As 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 finishing off here. So we have a bullish count for this as well, but this is the bearish count that we need to get past, and we will be looking to go long above that particular high here, the second high, but it can pull down from that point as an A and a B and a C wave here for the B wave, and then down for the C wave for wave 4. So if it does that, then this market could also do the same as well. So in this instance, I would have to move this across here and then look at expand this C wave up here and a D wave here, and then look for an E wave here in 3 waves at that point. So it's just something that could come out of left field from, you know, global markets with this. So just wanted to bring our focus onto that somewhat. Okay, back to the 4-hour chart. This is basically where what we've been looking at the moment as an A and a B and a C. And it does appear that we've got an impulse wave in this first move here. So we've got 5 waves up here, so that means that we should at minimum get another 5 waves. So yesterday we were also talking about going long, so let's just rehash that a little bit. So as I mentioned, we can count from the low here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and based off that, that means at minimum we'll get another five moves up after at minimum after we get wave 1 here, after we get an ABC correction. So I was looking at the markets getting, you know, to have a little bit of a correction like this as an A and a B and a C wave here, and then moving up. It didn't really happen though, did it? It just really sort of started to climb at that point. So I'm not sure if I should put wave 2 just under this low here, or somehow work through this and look at it in, well, I could look at it in a couple of ways. I could look at it like this here as well, you know, that kind of thing here, or I could even put it on the one before that as well. So it's not making it very easy for me what to do here with this. So what I thought about doing was doing nothing, and then as this, and if this market continues to move up from this point, which I think it will, then I can assess this, you know, if I can like work out the 3rd wave in here or 4th wave or something, and then that would reflect back over to here, because at the moment the logical thing to do would be to look at this as wave 1 here and wave 2 here, and then building from that point. But even that's a little bit sort of iffy at this point. But anyway, we were looking at going long, drawing a line through here, or taking this top out here for this. And because the market's moved up here now, I've moved the stop up, because we would have had the stop down here at that point, but when they get triggered we can move it up. It does appear that this little move up here is impulsive, so that's good. So we could look at this as 1 and 2 here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a little 3rd wave and 4th wave, and so it shouldn't come back and take us out here at this point. If it does, if it moves up here further and then rolls over, then we'll need to look at it as the D wave, as I mentioned before in a couple of charts back for this. But otherwise, everything going according to plan, we should just continue to to move up. Now, of course, we're going to be at 71, so we're going to see a bit of a dance across this. And we also really, now it's Tuesday, Wednesday can give us a midweek high or Thursday morning. But we look at Wednesday and Thursday as the swing days, so in the bullish weekly cycle. So a Wednesday can trade down in the morning, it's tomorrow of course, and then trade up in the evening, in the night, so in the afternoon session rather. So it's a sort of a V-shaped day, but with a higher high here that can make the high for the week. Then Thursday can either open high and then trade and be the bearish day, and then we try to look at it firming up in the afternoon, and that's when we can start to move into the markets. And also Friday morning, and if Friday closes strong, well then we can expect Monday to follow through on that with some profit taking Tuesday morning, and then the trend resuming, and then the Wednesday starts to give us that V-shaped day, and the Thursday again the bearish day. That's the cycle that I notice in the markets. And if we just keep a mental note of that as the market moves through it, it's kind of helpful, because one thing leads to another, and it just gives us a little bit of insight into the market. Anyway, apart from waffling on, I think we've done all the right things at the right time here, and let's just go for the ride and see how this plays out. Alrighty, let's have a look at the other markets. Okay, let's check out ANZ as we've been doing. So ANZ is moving along nicely. In a nutshell, as I mentioned yesterday and over the days, is that the banks will have the bullish moves and the resources the bearish moves. So they'll be moving in opposite. So this will go for quite some time yet, because we need to make a new high above here. So coming up to 30, 31, somewhere in that sort of space there for all of that. We can now move our stop for this, so we can move it just under here for that. Once we get a nice little pattern on here, then we can also look to move in again as well. We'll need to go to the intraday for that. So we'll just give that another couple of sessions. So maybe on the Friday we can add to that, or late Thursday or something or other. But we've really we'll see how that plays out. See if we get a nice pattern. Sometimes you don't always get them, and you need to make adjustments for that. So CBA is next. So just in the bigger picture here, I just want to go over a possible count. So 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 here, and then going for the third wave, the fourth wave, and we're going up into the fifth wave here, and then we'll have the top of the wave 3 here, then we'll have wave 4, and then we'll have wave 5 going up higher. So if you're trading this, what we need to work out is from this wave 4 here, wave 1 is the obvious one, wave 2 here is obvious. So this is all part of wave 3 here. Now I did have wave 3 top on there and wave 4 top below here on the tick chart, but I don't think that's the case. I think this will play out across here in some way or another, and we just want a little bit more definition in that fourth wave. The fifth wave won't be very long because the extension's in the third wave, so wave 1 and wave 5 will be roughly the same. So yeah, we did go long again in here, didn't we, on the tick chart? So I just better check on that. So I've had wave 3 and 4 here, but in the background I've got wave 4 and 3 here as well. So I need to go back and down here and check what's what there for that. But at the same time, we should just continue to move up here for the bank. So long in the banks. Okay, resources. Well, we'll start with our iron ore. So this is 100 ticks here, and we're talking from the top here of the market, and we've been studying the current move down, as you know, so we can see a very clear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave 1 here. It could be wave A as well, and well, I should just put that there too, shouldn't I? Just so we don't lead astray. It's always nice to understand both sides of the markets at all times, because then it tells you, then you understand it where, you know, where you can go wrong and at what point you'd be wrong. And so knowing both sides rather than just one side really helps you emotionally not get married to one particular side and then go gung-ho pushing buttons left, right and center. So here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, so I've looked at that as wave 1 and 2, as you know. Then we're looking for wave 1 and 2 and 3 down to here, so we can make a few adjustments here now. So we're looking for that wave 4. Wave 4 can pull back 38.2% of that wave 3 there, so we'll just check on that just to see if that's probably be a bit low there, but we're kind of at the 38.2% retracement level. Yeah, look, we can go higher. The wave 4 1 lesser degree seems to be up here for that, so yeah, we could go higher for that. In those cases, we just grabbed the top of that, and that was roughly the 38.2, so it's possible to go higher. And in fact, when I look at this here, it looks like we've got an A and a B and a C here for this, so we'll probably need to look at this. I mean, we don't really trade this, but the thing is that if we've got a good grip on this, well, then we'll have a good understanding of forward skewed, Rio, etc. So we could get 5 waves up to here for that before dropping. But it does really look at this as 3 waves here being corrective. Right, so that's that really. Put wave 3 here, just keep shaping it up, you know. There'll be a wave 4 coming back and a wave 5, so a bit of a hassle across the 1000. But that's going to offer a bit of support to certain stocks. And have a quick look at CRUDE. So CRUDE is looking kind of okay. If it takes out that top, then we can call that wave 4 on the left hand side. We can call that in. I don't want to spend too much time here though. I do want to have a look at copper. So with copper, nothing really to see here. We can expect a larger correction. I mean, at 1,000 here, or 10,000 rather, then you know, it's trading level 1, so there's going to be time spent there. If we have a look at let me just check on the other copper market here. So let's just check HG. So what are we looking at here? Does it have a commodity thing here? Futures maybe? Copper futures, so HG1. So yeah, in this case we're at 5 here, so it's also a major trading level, so it's peeling off here as well. Just clean this up here. There may be one more push up here for this because of no, an A and a B and a C here, so 1, 2, that's probably done and dusted there, but we don't have 5 waves here, so it could be 3 waves and one more move here. But I can assure you, once we get to this number here, there will be you know, a longer term dance across that point. So it's COMEX futures. So I want to have a look at spot gold while we're here. So with the spot gold, I don't have a problem with the trend, but I have a problem with this wave 4 here. I'm not quite sure how to play it out. So it's a bit of a guess with an A and a B and a C here. It could get bigger and uglier, and we might end up over here with this. I'm not sure. But it just kind of looks okay in terms of bullish being pushing up through here. If we look at silver and its wave 4, which we've got at 1 lesser degree, which we could also probably have to change one of them at some point, but still just looking at the wave 4 here, we're looking at the A, the B and the C here for wave 4. As I mentioned yesterday, it could get a bit uglier as a wave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 coming back to here. That's where we can come back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree. that point. So it is possible for it to move down here, but I wouldn't really worry about it because we know that it's corrective and we know that we'll be going higher. Right, so just the Australian, we'll have a look at the Australian dollar. It's still possible that this wave 4 here is sitting over here with this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for wave 1, back for wave 2 here, up for 1, back for 2, and continuing to the upside there. If that's the case, we take out that high, but now we can drop that down to this high here for that. Okay, so that would be the bullish count. But otherwise, because of copper and that, we're looking at this being either a triangle or a flat correction, because it will either be one of those because we've got 3 waves here. So if this is some sort of B wave over here with an A and a B and a C wave here for that, then we can come down for 1 and 2 here and come down for 3, 4 and 5 for this, or we can turn this into a triangle pattern of an A, B, C, D and E here and then moving up from that point. So I don't know the answer to that yet, but breaking new highs here would bring us back to our original count where we've got this as wave 1 here and wave 2 sitting here for this. So nothing to do there, really just to wait and start with the Newcrest because I can see that first. So with Newcrest, this is a daily chart, Newcrest Mining NCM. We're looking at a low being in place here. We're looking for a long-term trend here going up, taking out this top here. Will that be the case? I don't know. All we need to do is continue to work through it. Off the low here, there's a couple of ways to count it. We could count it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 here, coming back for an ABC for 2 here, or we can count it as 1 and 2 here, and 1 and 2 here, and 1 and 2 here, and so on. So there's different ways to count it. I think that at this point, it's getting in on the low here. It's really for longer term traders. So you'll just have a wider stop. We'll just keep the stop well under the $25 area here for the moment. It's looking promising because of the structure, because every which way I count it is bullish. But which one is right, I haven't had time to ponder at that point. So I'm not that fussed with it. I've got a small position there of 10k in this. I'll probably add to it from my BHP trade, which we can look at now, but we'll look at the ADR first. So with this situation here, we've got, I'll keep going over this because from here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now I find it a bit hard to call wave 5 in there, so it's possible that this is a wave B. I can count 5 waves up there, but I could probably count it as a wave B as well. If that's the case, then we'll be coming down for a wave 4 over here for this. We've got a short term on the daily chart here. We've got a short stochastics is dropping low, so we're going to get a bounce shortly with this. So this bounce could come in from, I'd have to look on the tick chart, but a bit further down perhaps, and then the bounce here for that. Or we could look at that in another way. We could look at it from this low to this high, looking at the 60. So it might just gather strength in this particular space here. I'll just have a look at the tick chart on this. I'll just go to 20 ticks and just have a quick look, see if we can check on this, see what it looks like. Well, we have to call this 5 waves here, and then we have to call this section 5 waves, obviously a correction, then 1, 2, 3, probably 4 across here, and then 5 here. So 72 is always a good number to work with. So that's where the support will come in. So we could look at this as 5 waves of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. I'd have to ponder it a little bit further, but we know that we're going to get a rally soon. So if you wanted to get out of this, then this would be the place to do it on the rally here, which would give us pretty much in that supply zone there. It may or may not reach that, but that's just the starting point, so we'll just leave that there for the time being. Of course, this could be counted differently, and it can just keep cascading down as well as 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, and the third wave here for this one. So 1, 2 and 3 and 4 coming back to here, and then moving down for wave 5 here. So just coming back to the wave 4 and then moving down for wave 5 and then 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's different ways to play it out here. I'll just put that there so I remember. But the stochastics is suggesting on the daily that we will have a bit of a bounce, and that will probably come from around the 72 area. And the Australian BHP will be much the same as well. But I look at the US BHP because sometimes it's got an easier count. So once again here, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for this. You know, wave 5 is a bit small. So yeah, one does wonder. But we're certainly coming down. We're looking to short this, but we're also waiting for the bounce to come in here for this as well, because otherwise we'd be chasing this down. We can also have a look at the tick chart as well. Just go to 100 ticks on this one. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and 2, 3, 4. So that's probably 1 and 2 here for this actually. So we could just, I'll shapen this up later if it's wrong, but I'll just put this here for the time being, but not sure if that's right as well. I'm just looking at those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in here for that, and this needs to be finished off as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So we'll be down here further for that. And then we should get our bounce coming down from here somewhere. But I'll need to ponder this and check it over and so on. So we're still looking for a little more downside here before we get a rally. Anyway, we'll start working this to the downside. Let's just check on Fortescue. I mean, the thing I like about Fortescue though is, even though we're correcting here, but it's because this leg here is in 3 waves. That's why I think, you know, this has come up. This is why I put the B wave in front of BHP, because they could be in this pattern, even though the BHP came up, just made a new high here. If that's the case, then BHP's got an expanded flat occurring. So with BHP will take out the previous low. So yeah, so this has got further to go down. So we'll end up down at 18 here. So yeah, I'll just have a look at the tick chart just to have a look at that top there. So we've got 5 here, so we're going to have to change that to wave 1 and 2 here. So we're in the 3rd wave, so we can borrow these. So that's where we are with that. And we just checked on Rio, didn't we? No, we didn't look at Rio. Rio also too, it will pull down a bit further here, then push up. I just don't know if this is the right counter either, because this wave 4 comes really close to this section here for this. But anyway, we're going to get a bounce here. So this is why we can't short it. This is why we haven't shorted it over the last few days, because we need this leg down and all these resources to come down and find that low and then rally. And once that rally's in place, it might still continue to go up at that point. We just need to check it out. But the buy will be looking for a short trade setup, so we'll be looking to take out lows in this area. So we'll get into the right position for that. As banks push up, resources push down. So what else do I need to look at here? I think we've covered it. We've done the resources, we've done a couple of banks. Yeah, I think that's it. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in, much appreciated. Cheers.